Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here to welcome you on behalf of the Executive Secretary, Mr. Getete, to the Economic Commission for Africa, and as well to Addis Ababa for the Fifth Committee on Social Policy, Poverty, and Gender. The committee is an important intergovernmental body consisting of experts and policymakers. Its primary role is to provide guidance and advice on gender, poverty, and social policy. And this type of engagement is very key for us and for our work in that relevant division to enhance engagement with member states. As we gather here to enhance effectiveness and impact of ECA and to ensure that 2030 agenda is achieved, it's crucial to recognize the times we are living in. The future of Africa will be significantly influenced by 4 megatrends and regional dynamics that are shaping the global economy, namely climate change, demographic shifts, rapid urbanization, and digital transformation. Whether the trends and dynamics are beneficial or detrimental will depend on how they are managed. So starting with climate change, Africa is disproportionately affected by climate change as greenhouse gas emissions continue to rise. This has resulted in extreme weather patterns, with Africa being the hardest hit among all regions. Over the past 50 years, drought-related hazards have claimed the lives of over 500,000 people in Africa and caused economic losses exceeding $70 billion. By 2030, up to 118 million extremely poor Africans could be exposed to drought, floods, and extreme heat. On the trend of digital infrastructure divide, Africa is the least connected continent. In 2021, approximately 2.9 billion people worldwide were offline, accounting for about 37% of the global population. In Africa, only 33% of population were internet users in 2021, leaving 871 million people who were not realizing digital dividends. Moving to the cost of rapid and unplanned urbanization in the continent, by 2050, 6 in 10 people in Africa will live in urban areas. While cities can contribute to sustainable development, urbanization in many African countries is occurring among individuals with lower income levels. This necessitates the need for additional or supplementary public services to support those who are less self-sufficient. Unfortunately, urbanization in Africa is also accompanied by rising unemployment, increasing poverty and inequality, proliferation of slums, financially weak municipal authorities, and weak systems of governance. And regarding the demographic transition, developed countries and many emerging and developing countries are experiencing declining fertility rates and extended life expectancy. In contrast, the continent actually, given its high fertility rates, will provide more than half of the world population growth between 2022 and 2050. By 2050, more than half of the population of Africa will be below the age of 25. The region will thus have a large working age population that can help to support the aging population for the rest of the world. However, we also have bottlenecks in social spending. Spending is Okay. While the fiscal situation in African countries has worsened since the pandemic, even historically, social spending on health and education has been below the levels recommended by the WHO and UNESCO. Additionally, only 17% of African population is effectively covered by at least one social protection benefit. Given these circumstances, the theme of the fifth session of the committee, which is building new social contracts in Africa, choices to fulfill developmental aspiration, is highly relevant and timely. To reconsider how policies can be made more effective, governments must increase their commitment to forging new social contracts that ensure equal rights and opportunities for all while integrating employment, sustainable development, and social protection, as advocated by the Secretary General, who proposed a new social contract for a new era. To build a new social contract for Africa's future, several steps should be considered. First, there is a need to focus on the lever for achieving sustainable development goals. High quality education and lifelong learning can serve as a catalyst in advancing multiple goals, equipping individuals with the right knowledge and skills enables them to make informed decisions, lead healthy lives, and respond to national and global development challenges. Second, the effectiveness of education in building new social contracts depends on various factors. Affordability, accessibility, and applicability are key considerations that can make education policies more efficient, equitable, and inclusive, addressing the structural barriers posed by poverty and inequality. Education can be made more affordable by providing subsidies and cash transfers that can alleviate financial burden on the poor. Education programs can be redesigned to improve quality, strengthen institutional credibility, and align education with employable skills. Accessibility to schools and services can be improved through better urban planning and transportation. Lastly, a robust social contract would involve all sectors of society, including children, youth, parents, employers, teachers, researchers, activists, and cultural and religious leaders. A whole of society approach will foster a virtuous cycle of trust between the government and the people, resulting in policies that provide equal opportunities, promote intergenerational mobility, and reduce poverty. By coming together, we have a tremendous opportunity to explore innovative ways to strengthen social policy agenda. Let us identify urgent and practical measures that enhance efficiency in public spending and foster more inclusive development, supporting the establishment of a new social contract in Africa. I wish you fruitful deliberation at the fifth session of the Committee on Social Policy, Poverty, and Gender. Thank you.